As a historian, one of the most common questions I get is about the accuracy of historical films. People want to know what movies get right and what they get wrong. And few films inspire that question more than Saving Private Ryan. It's often described as the most realistic World War II movie ever made. So today, we're going to separate history from Hollywood. Here are 5 things Saving Private Ryan got right and 5 things it got wrong. Welcome to Real Facts with Teacher Eddie. Let's get into it. Fact number 1. The chaos of D-Day. One of the most accurate aspects of Saving Private Ryan is the sheer chaos of D-Day landings. The Omaha Beach sequence isn't meant to feel heroic or organized because it wasn't. American units landed in the wrong places. Officers were killed almost immediately. Communication broke down within seconds. Many soldiers had no idea where they were, who was still alive, or what their orders were supposed to be. The confusion defined the first moments of the invasion, and the film captures that better than almost any war movie. Myth number 1. The Ryan brothers' mission. The central mission of the film, sending a squad behind enemy lines to retrieve Private Ryan, is inspired by a real story, but it is not historically accurate. The movie draws loosely from the Nyland brothers. In real life, the U.S. Army did attempt to locate the surviving brother after multiple siblings were believed killed. But here's the key difference. One of the brothers wasn't actually dead. He was captured. There was no dramatic rescue mission, no squad sent deep into enemy territory, and no moral dilemma playing out under fire. Spielberg didn't invent this story, but he did it to create a focused narrative about sacrifice and duty. Fact number 2. Soldiers drowning from gear. Another grim detail the film gets right is soldiers drowning before ever even reaching the beach. Many troops exited the landing crafts into deep water while carrying 80 pounds of gear, which included rifles, ammunition, radios, and packs. As they stumbled or panicked, the weight pulled them down. This happened repeatedly on D-Day, especially at Omaha Beach. It's not something earlier war films ever showed, but it was tragically common. In Saving Private Ryan, death doesn't always wait for gunfire. Sometimes logistics alone were fatal. Myth number 2. Omaha Beach is the typical D-Day experience. While Omaha Beach was devastating, the film unintentionally creates the impression that all D-Day landings were like this. They weren't. Other beaches, such as Utah, Gold, Juneau, and Sword, faced resistance, but not the same level of slaughter. Terrain, German positioning, and luck played massive roles. Omaha was uniquely dangerous because of its bluffs, overlapping machine gun fire, and failed bombardment. The problem isn't that Saving Private Ryan shows Omaha accurately. It does. The problem is that Omaha becomes the audience's mental template for the entire invasion. Fact number 3. Psychological trauma in combat. The film is also remarkably accurate in how it portrays psychological trauma. Soldiers freeze. They hesitate. They panic. They break down. These reactions weren't signs of weakness. They were human responses to overwhelming stress. Earlier war movies often avoided this, preferring stoic heroes who pushed forward without emotion. Saving Private Ryan acknowledges that fear is part of combat, and that realism matters. Myth number 3. German defense readiness. The film suggests that German forces were uniformly prepared and entrenched across Normandy. In reality, German defenses varied widely. Some units were understaffed. Some soldiers were inexperienced. Combat coordination was inconsistent. It's not to say German preparedness was non-existent, but it wasn't nearly as uniform as the film implies. Spielberg exaggerated this to explain American casualties quickly and clearly. But history, surprise, and disorganization played larger roles than the movie suggests. Fact number 4. Moral ambiguity and prisoners. One of the film's most uncomfortable moments involved German prisoners. That discomfort was intentional and accurate. World War II wasn't a clean moral battlefield. Soldiers faced impossible decisions under pressure, often with incomplete information and no time to deliberate. The film doesn't excuse these actions, but it acknowledges that war doesn't pause for ethical clarity. The ambiguity reflects reality far better than simplified good versus evil narratives in other war films. Myth number 4, battle exaggeration. Two of the film's most memorable elements are also among its most exaggerated. First, the sniper scenes. While skilled snipers certainly existed, the precision and frequency of kills pushes into cinematic fantasy. Second, the final bridge battle. It plays like a classic World War II movie Last Stand. It's heroic, symbolic, and neatly structured. Real World War II combat was rarely so tidy. These moments aren't wrong emotionally, but they are designed for narrative closure, not historical accuracy. Fact number 5, veteran reactions. Perhaps the strongest endorsement of the film's realism came from World War II veterans themselves. Many reported that the opening sequence was so difficult to watch, not because it was inaccurate, but because it was too accurate. Some experienced emotional distress or flashbacks. That reaction doesn't mean every detail was perfect, but it does mean that the film captured something deeper than just surface facts. Emotional truth matters. And finally, myth number 5, German soldiers as uniformly ruthless. The film presents German soldiers as consistently brutal and faceless. Historically, behavior varied widely depending on unit leadership and circumstances. Some German soldiers committed atrocities, yes, but many surrendered quickly. Many were exhausted, confused, or poorly trained. The film simplifies this for narrative clarity, but history is rarely that clean. Good and evil are not so clearly black and white in reality. Saving Private Ryan is emotionally honest when it isn't historically perfect. It captures the fear, confusion, and trauma of war, while still shaping events to fit a compelling story. And that's the key distinction. Historical accuracy isn't about perfection. It's about understanding where filmmakers tell the truth, and where they choose drama instead. Leave a comment below on which fact or myth you liked and any requests for upcoming films I should cover. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Real Facts. In the next episode, we will cover Oliver Stone's film The Doors. And as a reminder, I upload several new episodes weekly. Also, please join the Real Movie Discord. The link is on your screen or check in the description. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe for future videos. I'm Teacher Eddie, and this has been Real Facts.